8 contestants, all with a chance to win thousands of pounds. Only one will start in control. Can they stay ahead and beat the pack? Hello, I'm Jake Humphrey, and this is Beat the Pack, the show where if you can stay ahead of your opponents, you can win up to £12,000. Now, on our previous show, Colleen, our day centre manager, beat the pack and earned the right to return as our control player on today's show. Colleen, please come and join me. Hello, Colleen. Lovely to see you again. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling fine.
I bet you are.
Excited.
Welcome back to Beat the Pack. And I guess you're excited because you know what it takes to come on this show and win.
I do.
Yeah. So what would you spend the money on if you won? Because you could walk away with up to £12,000 today.
Well, I haven't had a holiday for a while. I think I would take my husband up to Alaska on whale-watching holiday and hopefully see the Northern Lights as well.
Amazing.
If they're on.
If they switch them on for you. Yeah, that's the only problem with the Northern Lights. They don't turn on to order, do they? OK, Colleen, we're all rooting for you.
Thank you.
You were really impressive last time you were here, so good luck with that. And as we now know, you are starting in control of today's game with a chance to win up to £12,000. The only thing standing in your way, well, I say the only thing, there is 7 of them, it's the pack. Shall we say hello to them?
Yeah.
Let's meet the pack.
Craig Gardner from Lanarkshire.
Gabriella, educational studies student from Hertfordshire.
Alec, a retired procurement officer from Mosley, near Manchester.
Aileen, prison officer from Southampton.
Paul, a retail manager from Newcastle.
Sarah, administrator from Staffordshire.
Tarek, engineer from Bristol.
Now, Colleen, the last time you were here, you were up there in the pack. How different does it feel standing here looking at the pack?
Very different.
Those 7 would love to stand here and take away your money from you. So who worries you the most?
Maybe Tarek at the end. He wears glasses.
Tarek wears glasses. He must be clever.
must be
Get him out.
Yeah.
That's your thinking. OK. We're saying nothing about the Hawaiian shirt, though, Tarek. Right, let's move on with the show and take a look at Colleen's 6 categories that stand between her and walking away with £12,000. Wimbledon tennis.
Wow.
Yeah. European history, Dolly Parton, cats, fictional doctors and newspapers. Now, each category is worth up to £2,000. All Colleen has to do is answer 1 question correctly from each category for the chance to win up to £12,000. But if she gets a question wrong at any time, she's out of the game. No second chances. However, if Colleen doesn't like a question, she doesn't have to answer it. I'll just replace it with an easier one, but it will cost her. The money halves every time she passes. And the pack, well, they'll be answering every question. So if Colleen passes and they all get it right, she loses control and is going home with absolutely nothing. And that's not all. One of the pack will then take her place. So you know the game, you know the stakes, you know how hard it is to get into the final. Colleen, shall we do it?
Let's do it.
Let's play Beat the Pack. Now, there was a bit of a giggle when we announced those 6 categories. What stands out as a good category for you?
I'm quite happy about the Dolly Parton one, actually. Quite a big fan of Dolly.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, you'll be even a bigger fan of Dolly Parton if she helps you to win £2,000, won't you? It's your game. You're in control. You can walk away with £12,000. So where shall we start?
Right, I think I'm going to go with my least confident subject. While there's a lot of people in the pack, and that means there's more chance, if I need to pass, that someone will get it.
OK, and which is your least confident
Wimbledon
subject?
tennis.
Wimbledon tennis is where we're going to start, OK. And before we go on, one more thing. I can give you a helping hand during the game when you'll have the chance to give me 2 answers to any question, a double answer. So let me know when you want to use it, Colleen.
Yeah.
And make sure you use it wisely, because you can only use it the once, OK? Shall we do this?
Let's do it.
This is your £2,000 question on Wimbledon tennis. When Venus Williams won her first Wimbledon singles title in 2000, she beat which player in the final? Lindsay Davenport, Steffi Graf, Martina Hingis, Monica Seles. Have a think, Colleen. Pack, for the first time, please answer now. So the pack have all answered. Right, let's get this game going. The hardest question of the lot on Wimbledon tennis. Colleen, play or pass?
I have absolutely no idea, I'll be honest. Obviously, I think my best option here is to pass. Not everyone there is going to be an expert on Wimbledon. That's my hope, anyway, fingers crossed.
OK, well, if all the pack know the correct answer, of course, you're out,
Yeah.
having passed, but you're going to take the risk anyway. Colleen's passing on the £2,000 question on Wimbledon tennis. Let's see the correct answer. Lindsay Davenport. Ring any bells all of a sudden?
No.
OK, good decision to
It
pass
was
then.
a very good decision.
Lindsay Davenport, of course, was the reigning champion at the time, and Venus incidentally beat her again in the 2005 final. OK, let's move on and take a look at the pack then. 7 members of the pack. If they all knew the answer was Lindsay Davenport, then Colleen's game is already over. Let's see who got the correct answer. Paul and Tarek, well done. Tarek, are you going to tell us that was a lucky guess, or did you know the answer?
I actually remember watching that because I'd just flown back from San Francisco and I just sort of dozed on the sofa because I was jet lagged when that match was on. So I remembered it.
Colleen, remember, he knows about sport and he travels.
And travel, yeah.
Take all this on board.
I am.
Paul, was that a guess?
I do like tennis. I do follow tennis. I was only 11 when that final was played, so I must have dug it out from somewhere.
Don't you hate show-offs? We all know he's young. Getting the correct answer, Paul and Tarek, has bought you a place in the next category and put you into the safe area. Well done. So for Paul and Tarek, it's the perfect start. For you, it's not too bad. You've still got 5-pack members that you're up against. We now move on to the £1,000 question. And here it is. In 2010, John Isner and Nicholas Mahut played the longest match in Wimbledon history, which lasted just over how long? 4 hours, 7 hours, 11 hours, or 16 hours? Have a think, Colleen, Pack. Please give us your answer. So the 5 remaining members of the pack have answered. This is an easier question for them. Hopefully it's an easier question for you, Colleen.
You would think so, wouldn't you? If I'm honest, if I chose one, it would be a total guess, and I'm not willing to risk it at this point in the game. I couldn't even choose between 2 answers, so my only option is to pass to the pack.
OK, so Colleen has chosen to pass once again. Let's see what the correct answer is. 11 hours. 11 hours and 5 minutes was the length of the match, over 3 days, believe it or not. And Isner won the final set, 70 games to 68. He was beaten in the next round. He was probably quite tired by then.
Yeah.
Right, we turn to the pack. Let's see if all 5 of them have got the correct answer, and if that means Colleen is going home. Another 2-pack members got the correct answer. Well done, Alec. Well done, Sarah. Knowing that means you're both into the next category and the safe area. You can go and relax. Well done. So Craig, Gabriella and Aileen remain. 3 members of the pack left. Colleen, it's a bit harder when you're down here, isn't it?
It is.
Shall we move on?
Yes, please.
The next question is worth half as much because Colleen passed. It's £500. And here it is. In July 2012, which player beat Andy Murray in the Wimbledon men's singles final? David Ferrer, Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer or Andy Roddick? Colleen, I'll come to you in a moment. Remaining pack, please answer now. Now, Colleen,
Yes.
when someone drops their head, I think they don't know the answer. When they do it whilst giggling, I've got no idea what that means at all.
That's with a giggle of embarrassment.
Oh, no. Are you struggling with this question as well? Yes. OK. Well, look, on a £500 question with only 3 pack members, passing is really dangerous
Yes.
because the chances of 3 people knowing this is probably quite high. You've got the double answer still available. It's your game and it's your decision whether to play or pass.
Again, even if I use the double answer, I can't guarantee that I will pick the right one out of the right 2 out of the 4. So I think I'm going to have to pass again.
OK, so despite the risks, Colleen has decided she's going to pass on the £500 question on Wimbledon tennis. Let's reveal the correct answer. It was Roger Federer. It was over 4 sets, and it was Roger Federer's 7th title, equaling the record set by Pete Sampras.
I wish I'd watched it now.
Bet you wish you had. If Craig, Gabriella and Aileen all knew the answer was Roger Federer, then Colleen's game is over on the very first category. Let's see who knew the correct answer was Roger Federer. Colleen, you live to fight another question. You thought that was it, didn't you?
I did, yeah, I really did.
Well, Colleen thought it was game over. In fact, it was game, set, and match to Gabriella. Gabriella, well done.
Happy
Big
about
tennis
that.
fan?
No, not really. But because it's quite recent, my friends are tennis mad, so they always go on about it. And I know Roger Federer, he's won it quite a few times.
And are you glad to have escaped the Wimbledon tennis
very glad.
category?
Yeah. I
Well-
thought I was really the only one left here, so I'm glad to be joining them.
Go and relax. Well done. You're through to the next category. And that leaves us with just 2 pack members. Craig and Aileen up against Colleen for a place in the next category. We move on. The next question's now worth £250. And here is the question on Wimbledon tennis. What are the All England club's official colours? Red and blue, orange and black, yellow and pink, purple and green. Colleen, have a think. Pack, please answer now. Aileen and Craig have answered. You're getting to the point where you need some bravery, Colleen, I
Yes,
think.
I know. Right.
Play or pass?
I don't want to rely on these two getting it wrong because I think they might know it.
So you think you need to play here?
Yeah, I need to play here.
Okay.
So I think I'll go for my two answer option.
You're going to use your
That's
double
all right,
answer.
My double answer, yeah.
OK, let's first of all lock in Colleen's double answer. Colleen, you've chosen to play on the £250 question.
Yes.
To try and get rid of your worst category, Wimbledon tennis.
I'll be so glad when it's gone.
Well, let's hope you don't go with it.
No.
Two answers, please.
OK. Red and blue.
Red and blue. Let's lock in A, red and blue.
Purple and green.
And D, purple and green. Right, so up against just 2 members of the pack, Colleen has decided passing is too risky. She's going to play on the £250 question, and to do so has used her double answer. Let's see. Is the answer A, red and blue? No, it isn't. Right. Big moment. Is purple and green the correct answer to keep Colleen in the game? Yes, it is! Oh, you had me worried.
Oh, my blood pressure.
Yeah. Colleen,
Yeah.
you've survived Wimbledon tennis. You never need to go
gone.
there again. It's gone. Right, should we put £250 in your bank?
Yes, please.
Let's do it. £250 for Colleen. And just as important, you can now choose which member of the pack you would like to get rid of.
Oh.
And sadly for them, Aileen and Craig hadn't made it into the safe area. They're vulnerable, so it's your choice.
Right, for no other reason, I'm going to do it in alphabetical order and pick Aileen.
Aileen, seemingly for no reason other than the fact that your name starts with the letter A, Colleen has chosen you to leave the pack. Did you know the answer to that last question?
Yes, I did, yeah.
You did, so you were in the pack at the wrong time and you're out. Aileen, I'm afraid to say,
Sorry.
you need to leave the pack. Thanks for being here.
OK, thank you.
OK, Aileen leaves the pack, but let's bring back the pack. So you've now got 6 members of the pack to beat. Colleen, that was hard work, that £250, wasn't it? Right, you're 1 category down. That's the important thing. You've got 5 left, each worth up to £2,000. You could still win £10,250. Where next?
Let's go for fictional doctors. It's
Fictional
intriguing me.
doctors.
Yeah.
It's intriguing me too. So let's go. Fictional doctors is Colleen's next category. As always, we start with the £2,000 question. In the 1960s film Carry On Doctor, what is the name of the hospital registrar played by Kenneth Williams? Dr. Kilmore, Dr. Tinkle, Dr. Nookie, or Dr. Stoppage? Colleen, have a think pack. Please answer now. The pack have locked in. Colleen. So far, your popular answer to this question has been pass. Let's see how you do this time. Play or pass on the £2,000 question.
I'm a big fan of Carry On films. They're all the names of Carry On Doctors, which doesn't help.
Come on, it's in there, Colleen. It is in there.
Do you know what? I'm going to have to pass it again because I've got a choice of two. If I had my double answer, I'd be laughing, but I don't want to risk it. Okay. I know it's one of two answers. So.
Which one would you be most confident of the four?
I think it's Dr. Tinkle out of the four.
OK. You don't want to play with Dr. Tinkle?
Not at the minute.
OK. So Colleen would have played with Dr. Tinkle, but she chose to pass. Let's see if Dr. Tinkle is the correct answer. It was Dr. Tinkle. You should have played.
I should have had the courage.
OK, so let's turn to the pack. Colleen chose to pass, which means if the 6 remaining pack members knew the right answer, Colleen goes home. Let's see who got it right. Three pack members with the right answer, Craig, Gabriella and Tarek. Tarek again, straight through to the safe area for the second question running.
I'm watching you.
Tarek, you're good. Craig, that makes a change. You were really vulnerable in the last category and suddenly you're straight through to the safe area.
I'm old enough to remember the film, unfortunately. But no, the last round was hard work, but this is feeling a lot better now.
Great. Well, Craig, Gabriella, well done as well. And Tarek, you're through to the next category, into the safe area. Well done. Shall we move on?
Yes.
OK, the next question worth £1,000. Let's have a look at the £1,000 question on fictional doctors. In Doctor Who, when David Tennant took over the role of the Doctor, which actress was the first to play his companion? Billie Piper, Freema Agyeman, Catherine Tate or Karen Gillan? Colleen, have a think. Pack, please give us your answer. So Alec, Paul and Sarah, pretty quick there at giving us an answer. Play or pass?
I'm going to play.
Oh, excellent. Been waiting for that to be the answer for a while.
Because I know this one. Hooray.
And you sure?
I'm a big fan of Doctor Who. Well, especially David Tennant, actually, not so much Doctor Who. But yeah, I watched everything that David Tennant was in.
And who was his first
and
assistant?
His first assistant was Billie Piper.
Certain?
Certain.
You're going to play?
I'm going to play.
You know the risks if you get it wrong?
I do.
Fine. Let's lock in Billie Piper. If Billie Piper is the correct answer, £1,000 for Colleen, and we're on to the next category. Is the answer Billie Piper? Yes, it is. Colleen, well done. Billie Piper, and you remember the character that she played?
Rose Tyler.
Rose Tyler from 2005 to 2010. Thanks to Billie, you've got £1,000. Let's put it into your bank. Well done. So we can move on now from fictional doctors. Yep. You've successfully completed the category, but before we go any further, we have 3 pack members.
The horrible bit.
Alec, Paul and Sarah. The horrible bit, but the necessary bit. Who's caught your eye so far?
Well, I think from the last category, the person who got it right was Sarah. So I think Sarah. OK,
so Colleen has decided that you, Sarah, I'm afraid, are the most dangerous of the players left in the pack at the moment, so you need to leave us. Did you get the last answer correct?
Yes, I did.
See? I was right there.
So you are a good player. Maybe you are the right person for Colleen to remove from the pack. Sarah, thank you for being here and thanks for playing. But you clearly look a bit too clever for Colleen's liking, so we need to ask you to leave the pack. Thanks for playing. Bye-bye. So Sarah leaves us, so let's bring back the pack. Back you come. So now it's Colleen up against 5 remaining members of the pack. This is more like it. And the even better news is you could still add another £8,000 to that because we're a third of the way through the show. 4 categories remaining. Dolly Parton remains in there. I know you're confident about that. European history, cats and newspapers. Colleen, you're in control. Where next?
Well, European history, as I said, could be good, could be bad for me. Depends on the question, obviously.
Yeah.
So while we've still got 5 people in the pack that I can rely on, I think I'll go for European history.
European history is Colleen's next category. Let's do this. And start by having a look at the £2,000 question on European history. At the Battle of Marengo in 1800, Napoleon's troops fought against the armed forces of which country? Great Britain, Prussia, Austria or Spain? Have a think, Colleen. Pack, please answer now. So the pack have all answered. This is a big moment, Colleen. You weren't sure whether European history would be a good or a bad topic for you. Is it good or bad?
Not so good, to be honest.
Colleen, play or pass?
Pass.
OK, so Colleen has chosen to pass the £2,000 question on European history because, quite simply, she has no idea. There is a risk, of course, Colleen, if you pass and the 5 remaining pack members all know the correct answer, you are out. Let's reveal the correct answer. Austria. And just for the record, Marengo is in Italy and the French won. Now we turn to the pack. 5 members remaining. If they all knew the correct answer was Austria, then Colleen's game is up. She goes and loses the £1,250 she's won so far. Let's see who knew the correct answer. This could go on for some time, Colleen. Clearly not an awful lot of knowledge up there about European history.
I'm glad I'm not alone.
Listen.
Makes me feel better.
That is perfect for you.
Yeah.
You've still got all 5 members of the pack in play as we move on to the next question worth £1,000. Let's have a look at the £1,000 question on European history. Who was the last emperor of Russia? Peter I, Nicholas II, Fyodor III, Alexander III. Have a think, Colleen. Pack, please answer now. Now, Colleen, that time there was no puff of the cheeks, there was no drop of the head, there was just a wry smile. So play or pass?
I think I'm going to play.
Excellent. What I like about you is when you think you know, you go for it, don't you?
Yeah.
Right. What's the answer then?
It's Nicholas II.
Certain?
I'm positive they were the ones who were assassinated during the Russian Revolution.
So you think the correct answer is Nicholas II?
Yeah.
Let's lock that in. Colleen has decided to play the £1,000 question. Of course, with it are risks. If it's wrong, you're straight out.
Yeah.
You lose everything you've banked. One of the pack will take your place in control. Let's see if Colleen is right, if Colleen is through to the next category, and if Colleen has another £1,000. Was the last emperor of Russia Nicholas II? Yes, it was Nicholas II. You stay in the game. Happy?
Very, yeah.
Great, another £1,000. Let's put that straight into your bank. That's £2,250 now. Building up the money nicely. Now, getting that question correct was brilliant for you. What was even better was that none of the pack knew the correct answer to the first question, so they all remained in play. You now have free rein. And straight away, look at Colleen. She's like, straight up there, who do I not like the look of? Who do I not trust? Who knows too much?
Well, Tarek's clearly
Oh, I knew you'd
very
say
clever.
Tarek.
He's a very clever man. So I think he's going to have to go.
Please don't get rid of Tarek. I love that shirt. Tarek, you played a really good game until now, and I would love to have seen what your knowledge of Dolly Parton was like. But sadly, Colleen has decided you're too good for her, so you're out of the game. Please leave the pack. Thanks for playing. Now, as important as it is to get answers right, how big is it, do you think, to remove Tarek from the pack?
It's huge. Now we've got rid of him. It's plain sailing.
It's a big moment, isn't it? Yeah. OK, well, let's move on then. We are halfway through the game. You have up to £6,000 still to be won to add to the £2,250 that you've already managed to bank. You know how you're pretending to be really nice when getting rid of the pack? Is that just an act? Love it.
Evil.
Love it. Right, Dolly Parton, cats and newspapers remain. Where next?
I think I'll go for newspapers.
Colleen is playing on with newspapers as her 4th category. Once again, the first question is worth £2,000. The Globe and the Herald are the 2 main regional daily newspapers in which city? Chicago, Philadelphia, Boston or Denver? Have a think, Colleen. Pack, please give us your answer. So Craig, Gabriella, Alec and Paul have all answered pretty quickly. It's now time for you to answer this question, Colleen. Play or pass?
I think I know this one.
Are you going to play?
I might do.
A £2,000 question?
Yes.
Now, this is
I
where it
haven't said yes yet.
really starts to
decided
get
yet.
interesting. OK. You know the risks if you're not
Yes, I
certain
do, I
and you
do.
play and give me an incorrect answer. You walk away, you lose everything.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Well, I'm thinking, I've put in the names of the cities in front of Globe and Herald in my head, and there's one that comes up as ringing a bell in there somewhere.
Which one?
Boston.
The Boston Globe and the Boston Herald. Sounds plausible to you?
Yes.
Should we play?
Yes.
OK, this is lovely. Colleen's decided to play the £2,000 question. And the answer you're giving is...
Boston.
Let's lock in Boston. Suddenly, the £250 question on Wimbledon seems like a long way away, doesn't it? All right, we're getting serious now. This is an answer for the biggest amount of money Colleen's played for yet in the game. It's worth £2,000. If it's right, we're on to the next category. We're getting closer to the final all the time, and Colleen has another £2,000. If it's wrong, she is out. Is the correct answer C, Boston?
My heart can't take much more, is it?
You must be so happy.
I am.
Well
I think
done.
I knew that from watching Cheers, actually.
OK. So let's put another £2,000 in Colleen's bank. And just as we were able to do in the last category, you can eliminate any remaining member of the pack.
I'm just going to go in alphabetical order again.
Is that really what you're doing here? You need to get rid of the really strong players so they don't take your money.
But they're all as strong as each other.
You think so?
There's no one there that's standing out to me as being particularly weak or particularly strong, so
you're
how else
employing
can I choose?
no tactics at all?
No, they're all equally as clever, aren't
This is
they?
your game. You can play any which way you wish, and if you wish to eliminate the pack based on alphabetical order... Colleen?
Yep.
You've made a decision. Which of the pack would you like to say goodbye to?
Alec.
Alec, I'm really sorry.
That's life.
That is life, indeed it is. Did you get the last question right?
I didn't, actually, no.
You didn't. Now, this is where it gets really
weak.
interesting. Alex says he's weak. Colleen, your job is to get rid of the strongest players in the pack. You seem to have wanted to do it on alphabetical order. You've just got rid of the worst player in the pack. So, Alec, perhaps there's a bit of poetic justice to this after all. But thank you very much for playing. You must now leave the pack. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Colleen, you've just got rid of the worst player in the pack, which means the best player is still up there and still wants to take every penny that you managed to bank. And you are doing so well. £4,250 and still £4,000 to play for in the final two categories. You could walk away with a really big sum of money. Dolly Parton or Cats, the penultimate category, the fifth of six. Where do you want to go?
Let's go with Dolly Parton.
Your strongest category. Let's hope it is. Right, Dolly Parton. This is the £2,000 question on Dolly Parton. Which role did Dolly play in the 1989 film Steel Magnolias? Clarie Belcher, Truvy Jones, Malin Eatonton, or Weezer Boudreau? Have a think, Colleen. Pack, please give us your answer. So, Colleen, was your confidence misplaced?
In this case, yes.
Really? Yeah. I thought that you were going to fly through this category.
So did I. I've seen Steel Magnolias, but a very long time ago. And I can't remember the name of the character Dolly played. I couldn't even guess at it.
OK, you know the risk?
I do.
There are now only 3 members of the pack. The chance of them all getting it right is higher. And if they all know the answer, you're out, if you pass. Pass?
I'm passing.
OK, Colleen is passing on the £2,000 question on Dolly Parton. This is the correct answer. Truvy Jones. Doesn't ring any bells?
Doesn't ring any bells.
OK, fine. Right, Colleen's entire game now rests on this. Did Craig, Gabriella and Paul know that it was Truvy Jones? If they all did, Colleen leaves the game and loses over £4,000. Who knew the correct answer? Well, 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 none of the pack knew the right answer.
Well, indeed.
Bodes well for you, though.
Yeah.
Bodes very well for you. Should we move on?
Yes.
OK, Colleen. The next question is worth £1,000 because Colleen passed. And here is the question. The 1983 hit single Islands in the Stream was a duet by Dolly and which singer? Billy Ray Cyrus, Garth Brooks, Johnny Cash or Kenny Rogers? Colleen, I'll come to you in a moment. First, pack, please give us your answer. Colleen, you claimed to be a Dolly Parton fan. This is a very famous song.
That's why I'm smiling.
So in that case, would you like to play or pass?
I would like to play.
I knew you would say that. Right, here we go then. The £1,000 question on Dolly Parton. What's the answer?
It's Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers. We're playing with Kenny Rogers on the £1,000 question on Dolly Parton. Let's lock it in. Now it's locked in, are you just as confident?
I am.
Let's move on then and see if indeed Kenny Rogers is the right answer. If it's not, Colleen's game is over. Is it Kenny Rogers? Indeed it is. £1,000, well done. Now this is where we really start to see that money building up. Colleen, you've now got £5,250 in the bank. So that's your 5th category successfully completed.
Yep.
Dolly Parton. Thanks, Dolly. £1,000 in the bank. Now we return to the pack. Craig, Gabriella and Paul. Who would you like to say goodbye to and why?
The question is, who do I think knows a lot about cats?
Which of the remaining 3 are cat lovers, are cat owners?
I think Gabriella looks like a cat owner. So I'm going to say Gabriella.
Gabriella, do you own a cat?
I'm allergic to cats. So no.
You're good at the questions. You're not so good at eliminating the pack,
Not good
are
with
you?
people at all.
Gabriella, you have been eliminated. Did you know the correct answer to the last question?
No.
But even so, Colleen's decided that you're too strong for her, so you're out of the game. Gabriella, thanks for playing,
Thank you.
but please leave the pack. Thank you.
Thank you.
£5,250. Colleen, could be £7,250 by the end of the game. We're now 1 category away from the final.
Yep.
The final category is cats. And before we go there, I can tell you one of the pack has 2 cats. You eliminated the pack member who was allergic to cats. Let's move on then and into the final category, cats. And let's have a look at the £2,000 question. Which breed of cat is unusual for its love of water and swimming? Russian Blue, Selkirk Rex, Australian Mist, or Turkish Van? Have a think, Colleen. Pack, please answer now. OK, if you choose to pass and our 2 remaining pack members get a correct answer, you're out. If you choose to answer and you get it wrong, you are out. Play or pass?
I don't know the answer.
What do you want to do?
I don't want to guess because there's a 1 in 4 chance that I'll be wrong, basically. And it's a big risk to take when I've accumulated such a large amount of money.
Huge risk, huge.
So I'm going to have to pass, I think.
Sure?
Yep.
OK. Colleen's decided to pass on the £2,000 question on cats. This is the correct answer.
I wouldn't have gone
Turkish
for that.
Van. I normally buy a kebab from one of those, yeah. Right, now we turn our attention to the pack. You know the risk of passing at this stage. With only 2 pack members, if they're both right, every penny is gone.
Yeah.
So are you. One of our pack owns 2 cats. If they own a Turkish van, then we are in trouble. Did Craig, Paul, or both know the correct answer to this question? Colleen, how lucky do you feel right now?
I haven't got words.
Right, the next question is worth £1,000.
Right.
Here it is. Vibrissae is an alternative term for a cat's what? Teeth, whiskers, purr, or paw prints? Have a think, Colleen. Pack, please answer now. So Paul and Craig have both answered. Before you decide whether you want to play or pass, take a look at the pack. What do you think? What do they know? Who's the cat owner among them? They looking confident to you?
You do. Craig looks very confident.
Yeah, absolutely no eye contact from Craig. Colleen, this is the last category.
No.
Get through this, you're in the final. Play or pass?
There are 2 answers that I think it could be.
What do you think?
And I don't know which one. It's definitely not teeth or paw prints. I would say either whiskers or purr, because the whiskers sort of detect vibrations, don't they? Sort of, but a purr is a vibrating sort of noise as well, so it could be either.
Which of the two are you leaning towards the most?
Leaning towards whiskers, but I don't know if I'm confident enough to actually go for it. And do these two know the answer is the other question.
That's the real danger for you at this point. You know, if you play with whiskers and it's the right answer, fantastic. If it's the wrong answer, then I think we'll all be in tears.
Because vibrissae has got an E on the end, I assume that's a plural, so that will probably push me towards whiskers.
Gonna play?
I'm going to play.
Wow, OK. Colleen is
go
going to
for it.
play on the £1,000 question. Oh. Now, I
what
want
have
to
I
be
done?
completely certain about what you're doing here. You want to play, and the answer you're giving is whiskers.
Yes.
Let's lock that in. Now we're locked in, there's no turning back. If this is the wrong answer, you are going home with nothing at all. I really hope this is the right answer for
So
you.
do I.
I really do. Come here. Right. OK. Is the correct answer whiskers? Is it worth £1,000 and for Colleen a place in the final? Your powers of deduction there were fantastic, and you were spot on. Vibrissae is from the Latin to vibrate. Colleen, shall we turn £5,250 into £6,250?
Yes.
Easiest question of the day. Here we go. Right, Colleen, you have played a brilliant game. You've got one last decision to make before we get there, and that's to eliminate either Craig or Paul from the game. Whoever you choose to keep, you will face in the final. Who would you want to say goodbye to?
Craig.
Oh, Craig. Look, I'm sure you can understand the decision by Colleen. She has to pick someone. You're the cat owner, aren't you?
I've got 2 cats. Yep.
And did you know the answer to the last
Yeah,
question?
I got it as well.
So perhaps, Colleen, for the first time, you have eliminated the right person. You've eliminated Craig from the game just as we get to the final.
That's the way it goes.
But having survived the entire show, we have to say goodbye, Craig. I'm really sorry, but please leave the pack.
Thank you. Good luck, Alan. Good luck.
So unlucky, Craig, but Colleen, what a game you have played. You've been here from the very beginning, but you've yet to walk away with any money.
Yeah, I know.
That's your aim now. And to get her hands on a huge sum of money, Colleen is facing Paul in the final. Are you ready to do this?
I'm ready.
You ready, Paul?
I am.
OK, let's play the Beat the Pack final. So here we are in what promises to be a very, very tense final. Colleen, huge congratulations for getting this far. You've been in control since the very start of the programme, all the way through to the final, and you've done so with £6,250 in the bank. You have played a brilliant game. And all that stands in your way of taking that money home is Paul. Now, Colleen, you will face 75 seconds of quick-fire questions. Keep on getting them right, and you will leave here an incredibly worthy winner. But answering correctly or take too long to give me an answer, I'll stop the clock, and Paul will be given the chance to answer the same question, OK? Paul, if you can give me 3 correct answers, you will steal all of Colleen's money, £6,250. The stakes are so high for both of you. Good luck. Colleen, you must stay in control for just 75 seconds. You ready?
I'm ready.
Your time starts now. Tower Bridge, Waterloo Bridge and Southwark Bridge all span which river?
Thames.
Correct. Which chef is renowned for his unusual creations, such as snail porridge and egg and bacon ice cream?
Heston Blumenthal.
Is the correct answer. Miranda Hart plays Chummy in which TV period drama series?
Midwives.
Stop the clock. That's incorrect. Paul, Miranda Hart plays Chummy in which TV period drama series?
Call the midwife.
Call the Midwife is the correct answer, Paul. You've got the first of 3 steals that you need, and there's now just 55 seconds left on the clock. Colleen, back to you. Time starts now. Which basic percussion instrument shares its name with a 3-sided shape?
Triangle.
Correct. In the 1985 film Back to the Future, Marty McFly travelled back in time to which year?
1950.
Stop the clock. Paul. In the 1985 film Back to the Future, Marty McFly travelled back in time to which year?
1976.
Paul, that's the wrong answer. It was 1955. You still need 2 steals. Colleen, there's now just 41 seconds left on the clock. You're getting closer. And your time starts now. King Henry VII of England was the first monarch of which royal house?
Tudor.
Correct. As of 2013, which goalkeeper is England's most capped player? Stop the clock. Paul. As of 2013, which goalkeeper is England's most capped player?
Peter Shilton.
Paul, the answer is Peter Shilton. Paul has 2 of the 3 correct answers he needs. Colleen, if Paul gives us 1 more correct answer in the next 29 seconds, you've lost every penny you banked. You have less than half a minute in which to stay in control, and the money is yours. OK?
Yep.
Colleen, your time starts now. Which primate, the subject of a famous study by Dian Fossey, is the largest living species of ape?
Gorilla.
Is the correct answer. Who directed the films Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction and Jackie Brown?
Quentin Tarantino.
Is the correct answer. Which scientist formulated his laws of gravity after seeing an apple fall from a tree?
Isaac Newton.
Is the right answer. Which pop music mogul founded the record label Psycho Music in 2002?
Simon Cowell.
Correct. Which fruit is also known as an Time is up, but I will still give you the chance to answer the question. Which fruit is also known as an alligator pear?
Avocado.
Colleen, if that's the wrong answer, I will hand it to Paul, and he will have a chance to steal £6,250. Colleen, that's the right answer. You just won £6,250. Wow. Colleen, congratulations. Do you want to get on the phone now and book that trip to Alaska?
Yes.
Yeah, I bet you do. I'm so happy for you. How long did 75 seconds feel just then?
A lifetime.
And Paul, you came so close. If Colleen had got the last question wrong, did you know the answer?
I didn't know, but she deserves it. She built the money herself, so she does.
Paul,
Thank you.
were 2/3 of the way there. You didn't manage to steal the money, but Colleen, you stayed in control and you walk away with over £6,000. Have a wonderful holiday. Congratulations from all of us. And make sure you join me next time when someone else will have the chance to do just what Colleen has. Win up to £12,000, but only if they can beat the pack. Bye-bye.